Meet Don Andre, parking manager at Auburn University. You may not be familiar with him, but chances are he has affected your daily life as an Auburn student.
We enforce all the rules and regulations are set forth by the Traffic and Parking Committee. We sell the permits, the zones and prices which are set by the Traffic and Parking Committee. And started notifying students when things are being changed regarding parking lots and faculty and staff. We do issue the tickets. I have 9 monitors, we call them monitors. They are not official law enforcement officers, but they issue the ticket.
They don't really have a parking problem, they have a convenience problem. If I could change something, I would make parking free for all. Every parking spot free for everybody, except handicap parking, of course. But I think that we're students, we pay to come to the school, we should get to park close and get there. And if the teachers want to be there, then get there early.
They either need to make it where there's enough parking for everyone, or make it where the whole system goes to a transit system and only like the top head people get parking on campus, like the top teens, whatever.
Parking Services is constantly looking for ways to improve. It introduced the proximate C zone at the beginning of the fall 2012 semester, and it's gotten mixed reviews.
Yes, I'm constantly tweaking. Certainly the proximity C parking has worked very well for the ones who won.
I think that what they did this year with adding the proximity C, or whatever they call it, PC zone, they basically just took away the most convenient spots, and now they don't have people complaining because they don't really have a choice to park conveniently, so it's just like whatever now.
My wish list, which I've told to the campus master planners, I've told to my boss, the provost for auxiliary services, is that if they could build the deck, they're talking about building a deck over in the Magnolia shop areas, engineering area, which would be a faculty staff deck, but it still would help. Build a take down beard eaves and build 2 500-car decks there, parking decks there, and then somehow work with the private people who own that North Park deck and see if there's some way we could just go ahead and buy that, because certainly the cost would be less than building another one, and plus it's an immediate fix. So between those 900 spaces there, the 1,000 of beard eaves, and the 500 over in the other one, you're talking about adding, 2,400 spaces, which should suffice for several years.
Parking Services will always catch the ire of the students. Now there's even an Auburn parking parody Twitter account.
I have not. I'm afraid to look. I'm sure that there's lots of things out there, but I have not looked at that. I know that my boss, who's over the parking and transit, I know that they have looked at it several times, but yeah, I try to stay away from that.
Parking on campus is an unsolvable math problem, and even Andre acknowledges that it's a lose-lose situation.
I've been to over 80 schools the past 6 years, and Auburn, when I got here last year, was certainly not one of the worst, but it was down at the very bottom. The fact is, you got 26,000 students. You only got about, for students, commuter students, you only have about 3,000 parking spaces, and you have about 19,000 commuter students. So that doesn't work out very well.
And even building parking decks presents a money problem, with a going rate for a deck at $15,000 per space. And even if the parking decks were approved, it would take 5 or 6 years to have them built.
You want to make sure everybody understands that we're trying to get this working. It's not something that can be done overnight.